back. It's been a life-changing 3 years for Olly Murs. Back in 2009, he was just another X Factor hopeful, battling it out to stay in the competition.
Now, though, he's about to release his third album and is juggling his music career with presenting the Extra Factor, which goes behind the scenes of the main show.
But it hasn't all been plain sailing. Olly's written an autobiography about the ups and downs of the last few years. Very good morning to you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Ups and downs, eh?
Well,
Downs.
Yeah, it's been there's been a few downs.
Isn't it?
You know, it's been interesting to write a book, actually, to be honest. You know, I've been asked to do one for about 3 years, and I keep saying no. And I just felt that, you know, the last 3 years of the success that I've had and what I've been getting up to it was nice to explain it in my own words, really, and what I've been up. Because I mean, it's actually not really a biography. It's not like for the 28 years of my life. It's actually the last 5 or 6 years, because probably the first 22 years were quite boring. So it's just really the where I was in my life before the X Factor and how I was feeling at the time. Because, you know, I worked in a call centre, and to be honest, you know, where I was at that point, I was, you know, I didn't really know where to turn. I didn't have a house, didn't have any money, and
things
so
have
yeah,
changed.
it's good. It's changed a lot.
And you said we're surprised, the downs, actually, because I was surprised. You know, we see you and you kind of assume, it's really silly, isn't it, because I work in television, but you assume you sort of know a little bit about people, and you come across as a sort of cheeky, happy chap.
Yeah.
And then you had some real lows, actually, didn't you?
Yeah, well, it was last year. What it was is it was the end of about sort of this time last year, actually, between August, September, October, and it was really because I think I was just really anxious. I had lots going on. I was really under a lot of pressure because I just started the Extra Factor.
Yeah.
And we just about to do live TV, and as you guys know, I've never done TV presenting before, so I've just been given this huge job. So that was a lot of pressure on my shoulders at the time, and obviously I was very conscious because I had my album coming out as well, and new music coming out, and I was really worried that people would see me as more as a presenter than a singer, and which is what the career that I've just started. So it was a real weird. My head was all over the place. I was thinking so much about it. I was really worried about it all, and yeah, I had a really low points. Just really, you know, I wouldn't say in the book it's kind of like a depression. That was what my team and that spoke about to me and said, well, we feel like you're depressed, because I actually felt like I lost my personality for about a month. I couldn't find myself. I couldn't even have a laugh. I was just being really grumpy, really moody, and almost going on to TV shows and just feeling really like I had to find myself, you know. And that was having a few drinks. Yeah.
Should we remind people what you really do then when you're not feeling
okay, yeah, please.
A lot of things to talk about with you, not least the X Factor.
I know, pretty crazy weekend.
What's going on? There's a bit of a rumpus. For those that don't watch it, should we have a little look?
Go on, yes, have a look.
A little row developing.
Weekend, yeah.
Come on then.
I'm going to go with Carolynne. I want to keep Carolynne.
So, you're going to send home Rylan?
I want to save Rylan. I want to save Carolynne.
Who are you sending home, Louis? Louis, the lady is sending home. What did you just say?
I want to take it to deadlock.
So, 2 votes each. You're off to send home Carolynne. We're going to deadlock. The judges have...
Okay, so take us through what on earth was going on.
Do you know what? Me and Carolynne were side of stage, and we were just sat there, and we couldn't quite hear it. All you could kind of see was Dermot shouting, and Louis just undecided on what he was going to do, and it was just insane. I mean, you know, Gary then walked off. I mean, you couldn't see it then, but Gary actually walks off.
He walks off in obviously a big
goes
huff.
to deadlock. Carolynne doesn't get through. Rylan does. Gary walks off set, and we're just, you know, me and Carolynne are just about to start the Extra Factor. We walk on, and it's just like pandemonium. But it was great. I mean, you know, I'm so undecided on what obviously Carolynne was a fantastic singer.
Yes.
Rylan, of course, has his critics, but he has something which every year on the X Factor, there's always an act that is kind of like Marmite. People like him, either hate him or like him. We've had the Wagners in the past, the Jedwoods. We've had Kitty last year, Frankie Kokoza as well. So Rylan is that character, I'm afraid. And
can I ask about the chemistry on the judging panel? Because people are fascinated by this. The Louis Walsh and Gary Barlow.
I don't really think they're probably not talking at the moment, no.
Yeah,
sometimes people get a bit cynical, and it's all part of the show. I know that there are disagreements, but they genuinely appear to have a kind of something.
I mean, it's on all. I mean, you look at all the other shows that are on TV that have a judging panel. It's exactly the same. They're all competitive. They all want to win, especially on the X Factor, because they have their own categories. I don't know. I mean, I haven't been here this week, but I'm sure when we turn up on the weekend, we'll be briefed on what the turn of events this week and if they are actually speaking. But I know Gary and Louis are very passionate about their jobs and having them categories, and it is all about winning for them. So it's going to be an interesting week, that's for sure.
So many questions, as we said. What about the new album? How's that going? That's coming out in November, isn't it?
New album's finished. That's out on the 26th of November. Troublemaker's just been on radio now. It's coming out on the 18th of November, so I'm excited about that. So.
And how mad is it being on tour in America? You've got very devoted followers. One Direction, presumably, it goes up.
It was a great experience. I mean, going to America for me was the first time I went, and of course, going on the One Direction tour. I mean, the boys have done so well over there, so it was great for me to have fun. But you know what? I kind of missed home a little bit, to be honest.
Did you?
I did 4 or 5 weeks, and I was like, do you know what? I just miss my parents and my mum and my family. I just couldn't wait to get home and see my mates. It was a long time away, but I can't complain. I managed to travel around the whole of America and get to see what an amazing country it is.
And you
lots of food.
Yeah. So I mean, they went down literally a storm in America. What was it like being part of that whole kind of circus?
Well, I mean, the social networking, as you guys know, Twitter and internet is so huge. So when I got announced on the tour, I was a bit worried about going over there, to be honest. So I thought I'd walk out and go, oh, it's completely dead. No one's going to know any of my songs. But as soon as I sung my first lyric, it was just, they all knew all my songs. Their fans over there are insane. They want to know about English music, and they want to know about what us artists are doing over here in the UK. So
they knew everything.
It was amazing. It was a great experience, and to see the hysteria behind the boys and what they're achieving over there is insane. So it was a good experience. I mean, 28-year-old hanging out with One Direction, I was quite impressed with myself.
Lovely to see you this morning.
28 is nothing.
I know.
Olly, lovely to see you.
Pleasure.
Olly's autobiography, Happy Days, is out right now.